Morning guys, welcome to Southern Hike. I'm Taylor.
I'm Rachel.
And today is part 2 of our CDT loop in Rocky Mountain National Park. If you have not watched the first video, go check that video out first. I'll make sure to link it above. But today we are on our second day. We camped at Granite Falls last night. As you can tell, we look a little rough. We just got up, got our campsite packed up. But this campsite that we're at on this meadow up here at Granite Falls is freaking awesome. And so today we're headed to Flat Top Mountain. It's 12,500 foot to the top, and then we're gonna make our way early. It's about 6:30 right now, and so we're gonna go ahead and try to get up there early before the rain hits. Supposedly there might be some rain this afternoon, and don't want to be stuck on top of that mountain. Join along with us as we continue this adventure. Alright guys, so we've already made it through day 1 and the first night. So now today we're going to make our way up. It's like over 2,000 foot of incline. We're going to go up in elevation over 12,000 feet, make our way around to Flat Top Mountain, all the way around, come back down all through these switchbacks, and then we're going to stop down here at the North Inlet Junction, and this is where we're going to stay tonight. We have got a long day ahead of us. It's going to be between 11 and 12 miles, I think. It should be plenty of great views. So over there is where we camped last night. This is back on the trail here, and it goes along this meadow. We're headed up there. You can't really see it up in the trees, but that's Flat Top Mountain up there. And we are making our way, just getting started, finally got all the gear loaded up. As you've seen in another video, we had a mule deer walk up to our campsite, and then we realized last night when we stored our bear vault, there was 2 elk bedded right down from us, like less than 100 yards. I don't know, that's pretty sweet.
This is absolutely gorgeous. We're really already starting to feel the high incline, high altitude. We talked to the ranger yesterday, and he said that this was from a fire 2013 from in the video you seen yesterday, and then this one's the same fire. It's absolutely awesome. We just walked in on multiple huge elk in this last meadow. They're so pretty.
So as you've seen in the video just before, there was a huge elk over here in the tree line, but then the first one I'd actually noticed was out here on the other side of this meadow. Man, it's just absolutely beautiful right here. Right before we start going back into the woods, there's this huge meadow, but man, I don't know, you're just not going to many places that look like this. It's absolutely awesome. What do you think, baby?
Oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. I just want to sit right here all day.
Oh man, we are feeling the high elevation. It's like your heart is in your throat. It's important to keep drinking water. That's what we've been doing. But man, it's a lot. Rachel's on her own path better, taking her time.
was a huge moose back there. There was a whole group of them. We were seeing a ton of wildlife this morning. See if he would turn his head again. He is so big.
He's huge. There's a bunch. The ones that we saw over there, they're on the hill right there because they're tan.
Gotcha.
But when I saw him, I was like, oh shit.
There he is. Now you can see his face. Man, he's a big boy. We've seen all wildlife this morning. There's a mule deer. So big.
Is that Charlie?
We had Charlie at our campsite last night. Alright, we've made it up to Haynack campsite, and then also you can go to the Haynack lake up there too. We're getting about where we're going to get out of the tree line pretty soon, but I know you can have llamas here too, which is pretty neat, but I know it seems to go a pretty good ways up that mountain, but we'll just keep on going. Alright, made it up to Renegade. This was actually my first choice for campsite for the first night, but they ended up giving us Granite Falls, but it still was an awesome spot. Coming up to this point in another meadow, we're seeing mooses bedded down. It's so gorgeous. He's huge. Alright, now we're trying. Oh, excuse me, I'm out of breath. We're crossing the Timberline group campsite. We're getting up there right above the tree line now. Alright, I think this is where the fun begins. The mountains don't care. We're about to really hit the hard incline to get our way up to the top. But we are definitely out of the trees now. We're making our ways up to the top of the mountain. This is just absolutely gorgeous looking back. This view is unbelievable. We have broke 11,000 feet. And whoa, man, we are feeling it. About every couple hundred yards, we're having to take a break. Whoa, it is draining. But man, it's absolutely beautiful. So beautiful. So this was our last spot of water. And we went ahead and topped off our water bottles just because we were at high elevation. We're trying to drink a lot of water. And even though it's actually pretty cool, we're still sweating pretty good. We went ahead and just refilled all of our water up. That way, we're good to go for the rest of the way and on top of the mountain, because there's no water beyond this point until we start going back down. But whew, the sweat kind of counteracts when you're sitting still, because now it makes you more cold. We're making our way up. We're at about 11,500 foot of elevation right now. Whew. We had a little flat spot that got us a little rest, but man, it's been straight incline now. We are at close to 12,000 foot of elevation,
Man, the breaks get a lot more common the higher you get. We are almost at our peak, but whew, man, it is wearing us out. We're both feeling it really in the leg. We know that we're almost there to the top. It's all decline from there. Ooh, this is the hardest part, definitely, for sure. I found snow a little bit up there on that peak. Just ate lunch. We are about at Flat Top Mountain and we'll start heading back down. We're at 12,200 foot of elevation right now. And so I feel like the hardest part's finally about to be over. But man, it has been a burn. We had to eat lunch. We were just both exhausted of energy. How you feeling, baby?
I'm a lot better than what I was before lunch, so I feel like 100 times better. I think that incline wasn't, I mean, it was hard, but you gotta make sure you eat something so your body's not
Exhausted.
Exactly.
But man, we had an awesome view for lunch, that's for sure. We're just gonna keep on the trail and get on down. Hopefully, we're trying to just get out of here before any storms show up, because I'm sure there's gonna be some afternoon shower. We just wanna get back down below tree level before then. So I'm gonna try to zoom in, but down there is Grand Lake, and that's where we put in the trailhead. That's how far we've hiked the last day and a half. So awesome. Off on the other side, see the very blue lakes down there, super pretty. And then right there, it's Flat Top. Finally, we're almost there. We're at 12,300 right now. All right, we have made it to where the spur trail is going up that way, and that way you can actually go through the park more that way. But we're going to continue on the north inlet, because that's us and that's the CDT. And I don't see no incline ahead, which is great. We are finally making a decline. It was so beautiful up here. We didn't go exactly to the Flat Top Mountain peak. We were just both kind of burnt. Our legs are barking at us pretty bad already. So we got a great view from what we've seen already, and we're just gonna go ahead and start heading down just to take care of our bodies, basically. It's been beyond awesome, but it's kind of nice to be going down now. It's a beautiful view as we cut across here. We are ready to hit these switchbacks that are gonna come up once we get off this flat top and just keep on going. Where we were yesterday, there's a hefty storm coming by right now.
And where we're headed right now looks okay, and then farther on there's another one. I don't know if it's gonna be blown out in the camera, but there's a few storms, afternoon storms coming in. So that is the valley we're headed to. We're coming down right now. It's nice to be on a decline. It's hard on our feet though, for sure. But I doubt you'll be able to see in this video, but you can see the switchbacks going all the way down, so that's gonna be fun too. But we'll be down in that bottom once we're done. So we're pretty excited to be going on a decline, that's for sure. But we see some rains coming too. We are making our way down right now and getting our way to the switchbacks. But man, looking behind us from where we were this morning and where we hiked yesterday on the northern side of the CDT loop, holy moly, it is a bad storm up there. It's definitely really dark. Hopefully that continues to go east, stay away from us. But there is some stuff more further west of us right now we can see in the distance. We don't know if it'll land on us or not. We're just trying to truck it on down here, but be careful at the same time not to get injured. Woo, do not want to be stuck in that. Let's just say we just started these switchbacks and man, they whoop your tail. They are a huge decline if you're going down them, huge incline if you're coming back up this way if you're doing it counterclockwise. So we're through the first set of switchbacks. There's like a long stretch and then we start the second set. Man, our legs feel like jello, but we're just working through it. There's like, I'd say we've probably seen 100 marmots coming down through here, and then a few chickmunks, but we've been riding along the side of this storm, which has been thundering at us, but from the way we're going, it hasn't seemed to look like it's dropping any rain, so we've got our gear ready if we need to, but I was trying to prevent us from having to load everything up right now while we're on the side of this hill, trying to get down to the campsite and get tents set up just in case another storm comes later today. So we are continuing heading down. The audio might sound a little different because I had to take my mic off. The camera can handle a little water, but not the mic. So we had to put all our rain gear on. We don't know if it'll really more than sprinkle, but we didn't want to take no risk getting all our gear wet. We're just gonna continue to move down these switchbacks and we're almost back in the tree line. So this was one of the first choice we tried to go for, but it was already taken. This is July, and it goes up here, right beyond Hallett Creek right there, right where we were just at. So this is right before the last set of switchbacks, and then we should be to our campsite. We have found the mule deer again. Rachel said there's more down below in that valley. There's one right here. He is huge. So we're continuing to make our way down. We're finally starting to get into some softer terrain because our legs are shot. This rock will wear you out. The bottom of my feet are burned so bad. I know Rachel is really experiencing it. We didn't have to deal with too much rain, but I'm like at the point right now where I just don't want to take it off. We'll just see what happens up next here. But it's just like I don't want to unload everything to reload. So we'll go from there. We're not too far from our campsite, hopefully within less than a mile. Guys, we have made it out of them switchbacks. And man, those things are hardcore. I've done some switchbacks, but man, those are at the top of the list for sure. Whew, that was challenging, but we got them done. Now we should be closing in on our campsite, but whoa, my legs are killing me. We're happy that we're finally to the campsite. Oh my God, we have finally made it to the campsite. Guys, we made it. As you've seen before, we got the tent up, got some water purified, but this storm is like it's gonna hang around a little while, so we're about to hang in the tent for a little bit right now. But we're about to cook dinner because we are hungry and very sore.
So sore. In our kitchen.
That's how you get it done when it's raining. So I don't know if that's gonna focus, but I'm having the sweet pork and rice. We'll see how that goes. Got a double the time on it since we're at almost 10,000 foot elevation still. There's big old chunks in there too. So one bad side of this Tokes thing is it gets hot even though it's really light.
I'll stir it for you. Okay, stir time.
See, and Rachel is having the beef chili mac. So hopefully that'll be a good one too. The chili last night was great.
So it's 6:07 right now. So what would you say?
Probably like 6:32. That's how you make dinner in the tent. All right, guys, it is. I think it's right at 5 o'clock local time. We just ate dinner. We're just gonna chill for a while and hang around here in the tent. It finally stopped raining. That was a huge storm that came through and rained. You can tell I definitely got sunburn. I got like raccoon eyes. It's a pretty good setup too. There's actually like a lodge, it looks like, for the rangers down below us, but no one's there. Great waterfall too for water. We went ahead and got, as you've seen, we got water. But we're just gonna hang out for the night and definitely get some good sleep because man, we are really feeling it tonight, and we will catch y'all tomorrow. Those were our visitors this morning. Good morning, we just packed up. They were literally walking right up to us. Some mama and a fawn. So wild. Here comes the fawn. There's our visitors this morning, literally right beside our tent. I think they're checking to make sure we didn't leave any crumbs this morning. We just got packed up. We're about to filter some water and head out, but these guys showed up right when we were just finishing up our pack. Fawn seems to be more skittish though of us, but Mama doesn't really care. I think she's been more used to humans around. All right, guys, we just filtered water. This was awesome. Campsite right here on those falls, as you've seen before. Man, it was another great night by the visitor this morning too.
Yeah.
And mule deer, but we
really cool.
Slept good, had some coffee, almost about out of food, so good thing we're going to the car next. So we're gonna start heading on. Looks like a pretty steady decline all the way about 7 or 8 miles, so gonna keep on trucking and head on to the car. All right, guys, this is our last day. We stayed here last night. We got to kind of walk down in here and see this little spur trail that goes up to these lakes here. We didn't go, which obviously this time of year, the lakes are not gonna be that pretty. It's kind of a lot of algae and stuff in them, and they're very low. But anyways, there's some cool campsites around here. There's a pretty cool bridge where these falls are here. I think these are called like Hallett Falls. Or I'm sorry, it's gonna be the North Inlet Falls. Excuse me, the Hallett Falls are up above. But anyways, we're gonna make our way all the way back this morning. It's kind of wet, but we're gonna come all the way back and get to the car. We've had an excellent time, but we're kind of ready to get to the car for sure. But this should be an easy decline hike, and still have some pretty places to see, and we're going to follow along all this water and also visit Cascade Falls along the way. All right, guys, so right below us at the campsite is where this light spur trail is up to those lakes, and as you've seen, I showed it on the map, but it's right below us. There's a cool little waterfall right down we walked to last night, and then a bridge that goes across. Pretty awesome. But we're headed on back to the car, but there is some lakes up that way if you do want to visit.
Alright, so now we've made it to Porcupine campsite. We had to go down about 3 or 4 more switchbacks, but we're steadily making it down to the bottom of this valley. And then right beyond it is another one, and I don't know how to pronounce that. Artemigan, maybe? But that's the next one. Alright, so we went over the creek now, and then also it's interesting, there is trout in this creek here. I thought that was a pretty neat fact. Making our way down now. We've about 2 miles, so we got about 6 miles left. Man, I tell you what, these views have just not let up for 3 days now. It's just absolutely gorgeous. We followed a really large creek for a while, and as you've seen before in that meadow we've seen too, and it's kind of an algae pond, but I'm sure when there's a lot of snow melt it really fills up. But man, this is just so awesome. Even after day 3, I don't want to leave. Okay, we've made it to Big Pool. Continue to head on, but now it's kind of sprinkle on, so we went ahead and put our covers on our packs, but we didn't put the rain jackets on because they get hot fast. They don't breathe easy. I think this is where Big Pool, or yeah, Big Pool campsite got its name. There's a really deep spot of water right there. It's like you can jump off, but man, I bet that water is freezing. We have made it to Twinberry. Sorry if my lens may be a little foggy. It's very humid, lots of low-lying clouds. But we have made it to this permanent site. We are less than 2 miles from the trailhead. We just done went through a couple of rainstorms. The camera's pretty soaked, so I'm sorry if the lens is a little dirty. Whew. Our legs are reminding us that they had already worked pretty hard yesterday. So we're just ready to get to the trailhead. We're kind of in some flats now, and it's not so much rock, and there's some meadows to our left. But we crossed the one hiker that said that there was a moose covering the trail up ahead, so we'll see if he's still there or not. But anyways, we're just ready to get back to the car by now. We have found the moose. He is bedded out in this meadow. I get my camera to focus out there. There he is. He's super pretty. Probably don't want to get this much closer to a moose. He is just sitting there chilling. So there's actually a cabin right here sitting in this meadow. Man, what an awesome spot to have in a national park. It's so pretty. Alright guys, so it is like really opened up. We're in a meadow now. It should be less than a mile from the car, and we're happy, aren't we, babe?
Yes.
This has been awesome, but we're ready for a clean bath and some clean sheets and some good hot food. But we are almost there. Oh my God, never been so happy to see our rental car. We did it. We have completed the loop. All right, guys, we have made it back to the car. We are very tired. We actually just drove and parked in Grand Lake because there were so many people trying to get into the trailhead to park. We had to get on out of there. We had to throw our gear in the car and get on out of there. It was beyond awesome and very much worth it, but we are very tired. How'd you like it?
Oh, I loved it. Just tired. My feet hurt.
And now it's time for a hot shower, some clean sheets, and Rachel said a cold beer and some hot food.
That's right.
Guys, I hope you all enjoyed following us on our journey. Make sure to like, comment any questions you have about this loop or Rocky Mountain National Park. It was beyond awesome. We'd recommend anybody. Thanks again, and we'll see y'all soon.